Everybody, this is red. It is a red Keyblade. The bottom of the hilt part is orange. Everything else is red. Anyways.
It's not red.
It is freaking red.
It's not. It's orange.
What color is this next Keyblade then?
Red.
I actually don't know this name. Dark. It's the same thing. It's just not glowing as much.
I'd say it's more
literally
red
another Terra Keyblade. It's just a different version of that other Keyblade. They are both red. If this is red, that other one is red. It's just glowing. The glowing light of it.
It's a different shade. It's just it's a different. They're different.
It's okay. It's okay, Sambo. It's okay. Just breathe. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Sambo here. Today we are back with another tier list video. This time we're doing Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, ranking all characters, worlds, and Keyblades. For your convenience, I will timestamp all of them in the description down below. You should be able to just skip to whatever in the YouTube timeline there of the video and go to which one you're interested in. Hopefully all of them though, because you know we're gonna give our thoughts on the game partly with it and what we think of characters, worlds, and all that. So it'll be interesting, I think. And I guess I should say this too for all you guys. We do tier lists on the sides alone. We do our own independent tier list we will share after we show each of these independent tier lists. And then we come together, which we are doing right now, and we'll do one together where we can convince the other one to rank it higher or say why, and then maybe we'll move it up or down accordingly. And it just provides a cool, interesting discussion with it, which is always kind of fun. All right, so starting with numero uno here, Raine. You remember this guy's name?
No.
it's Alias.
Okay, Alias. Right, that's quite, yeah.
Yeah, so where should we put him?
Oh, I didn't really like his character before, but in this he was just sort of neutral ground. To me, he's just sort of in the middle. I don't really mind.
I say he's a C, because he's
fair enough.
Boring.
He is a bit boring, yeah.
All right, Ants and the Wise. Where'd you put this guy?
Cool to see him again, but like we only saw him once, was it?
Sort of. It's in a couple scenes in the end game we saw him, and then maybe one other scene, but I'm pretty neutral on him, honestly.
Yeah, same.
All right, everybody knows my thoughts on this one, so I'll let you go. What do you think of Aqua?
Well, it's S tier, isn't it?
It better be S tier.
She's S tier, come on.
Is this you amending yourself for calling her a moron?
I already amended that twice.
Oh,
and I did not remember doing it.
I didn't
but
either.
I remember.
Until I recorded or edited, I mean. Yeah, I freaking love her. She's amazing. She's powerful. She's got a strong willpower. Awesome with magic and fighting. Very passionate with her friends. Caring, loving. I think she's also very wise. She's got a good head on her shoulders, good moral compass. I mean, it goes on and on. She's awesome. She's absolutely
cool haircut.
Cool haircut. Yes, I think she's the first character in the series that I think really rocks short hair.
Yeah,
that might be a personal opinion. Anyways, Axel. I
quite enjoyed seeing him again. Hey, you take him out of that.
Okay.
Don't you dare. He will never be B or lower. But because we saw so little of him, he's not an S, but I did enjoy seeing him. For me personally, he's an A because it was such a joy to see him.
I actually would put him in an S, and that's strictly due to the fact that I think they really did good with his character here. I mean, it's seen alone, it made me laugh multiple times. Like, I loved that. Yeah. It was hilarious to see his interactions with Isa, and obviously Ventus there too. And I would even with that aside, first off, I love Axel in general, and his personality is amazing. He got it memorized here and all that. So I don't know. I still think he's S tier, personally.
Well, then, yeah, I just thought you might not, so I was like, maybe I don't know where to put him. But I am perfectly happy for him to be in an S tier. It's
supposed to be what you think, Raine, not what I think.
No, I've said that wrong. I've said, like... my brain's not working. I'm sorry, okay? When I saw him, I was like, okay, he wasn't in it a lot, but I did enjoy that scene. But I don't want to put him with the others and, like... B or something.
Because he's more like a secondary character in this game, is that?
Yeah, he's more. Right. He's not a main character. You see him quite literally like once fully.
Yeah. I guess I should call him Lee, not Axel, but whatever.
Like, we know. Same guy.
Same difference. It made me think of that because I saw Bragg, who's next. What do you think of Bragg? I'm curious.
I thought it was quite fun to see Bragg. He seems
A fun or S fun?
He was A fun to me because he can be a bit annoying sometimes, but it was good to see him and his he's the reloading guy, isn't he? Because he's
reloading.
Yeah, he's reloading and he says as if, doesn't he?
Yeah, I love that line so much. As if.
And the way he says it as well. Like, it was quite fun to see him. He's an A for me personally, but I don't know where you put him.
I love this guy. He's an S tier for me. I think like I said, his as if line, I love that line. I think he also adds a lot of comedy there. I remember specifically his interaction with Xehanort after he tied up the Xehanort, quote unquote. I forget the exact line was, but I remember we both laughed at it and it was funny. And I think he has a lot of funny remarks. He's very he doesn't necessarily care what other people think. He's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna say what's on my mind, and it's lots of times it's funny. I think his whole cadence with his speech and everything like that, his speech patterns is all very enjoyable and unique against other characters. So I'm like, I really like him.
If you want, your reasoning is solid. If you wanted him next to Lee up there, go for
Lee?
it. Yeah.
Well, Lee, all right. Awesome. All right, now I got Dylan. Where are we putting Dylan? The most un-Kingdom Hearts name ever.
He might be more of a C because I've never really liked him that much.
He's on the same wavelength. He's slightly better than Lexus in my opinion, because he's a spear guy. He had more personality developed, I think, for him versus grumpy no smile guy. Donald's a D tier. I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Donald Duck sucks.
You didn't enjoy seeing him just a little bit? The nostalgia?
No, it was this game was an amazing break of Donald. It was a much needed and amazing break. I'm happy he was in 358 as well. It's been an amazing experience, and I hope he continues to stay on the sidelines moving forward.
I miss him. I miss your voice for him.
Yeah, I know you talked about it I miss doing his voice. It's fun to do his voice, but that's me, not him. So where would you put him?
I think I put him in B because he didn't talk really. He just had an appearance, and it was
all right. We're gonna be in the middle. Let's see then.
Okay.
Neither of us will sway from that, I'm sure. Ericus. All right, we did talk about this a couple times in the series, but let's just get it all together now that we have all the information possible. Raine, what do you think of Ericus?
I think that throughout the game he had good intentions, but he executed what he did very poorly and just sort of acted very almost fearfully of things, like what Xehanort was doing and like trying to kill Ventus. His whole thing with I've brought up multiple times that we must keep the balance but no darkness whatsoever. Yeah,
he's horny for that lightness.
Yeah, and it's like, but just by empowering the light, you're making bigger darkness, you're making it worse. So he's sort of a C tier for me. I'm just gonna say it. He's a good character, but he had some shitty moments.
Yeah, and I don't blame you for that. I always kind of liked the idea of Ericus. Aesthetically, I think he looks awesome, first and foremost. I think his aesthetics are really cool. I definitely am on the same page with you. Like, a lot of his decisions and everything were not ideal, but I still like him as a character, I think. And I think Ericus is a huge reason why Xehanort's plotline is more interesting, because you have someone who is like on one side of the spectrum of complete light, and then you have Xehanort who's in the middle, and it kind of, most people go into light and darkness for situations, just like, oh, light's good, darkness is bad. Xehanort's that in between, like, no, we need both. And normally you get someone who's on the darkness, like only darkness. That's like a constant plot in movies and stuff like that. Darkness must prevail. But it's not that in this game. And it's cool seeing someone on the spectrum of the light side for once, like only light. That's really cool.
It is very cool.
But what about like B tier then? Should we just meet in the middle? Call
Yeah,
B.
we can meet him in the middle. Yeah,
Meet him in the middle. How about Evan, the other non-Kingdom Hearts name?
Seeing him was alright. He was always sort of neutral ground for me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really bugged by his appearance or like overly overjoyed. So he's sort
Valid.
of middle for me. What about you?
Yeah, I'm cool putting him in middle. I think I might have put him in A. Oops. But just because I think he's a very unique character in the sense of his, like, he's very sciencey. You know, he does actually remind me quite a bit of Hojo from Final Fantasy VII, but
God. You just made him a C. I hate that guy.
But this guy, he seems to me that he has better intentions than Hojo, which makes him not Hojo. But he is a big sciencey guy, and especially in Chain of Memories, we saw him, you know, honestly kind of looking out for Sora a little bit, which is kind of cool. And that's kind of why I appreciate his motivations. So that's why I kind of have him as like an A normally, but I think he's good. Goofy, he's one that we didn't see too much. I in terms of Disney characters, he might be my favorite freaking Disney character. I would put him in a B or an A. I know we didn't see him too much.
I would put him in B just for the fact that, like, again, we didn't see him too much. Sort of like Evan, and Ansem. It's like they're cool characters, but they're not really there.
Yeah, and how about Lilienzo, who I don't think spoke a word. We just saw him eating ice cream.
Just for the fact that he's eating ice cream, he should clearly be an S tier.
Did you put him in S tier?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm like, that's some, you know, honestly, I respect your decision-making process.
I didn't. I just thought I'd say that. No, he's pretty much the same process as most of these guys are going right now. Just like slap him in the neutral ground, because I mean, he didn't even say a fucking word. That's
valid. Okay, Isa. Where would you put him?
Thinking about it, he had some cool interactions with Lee that we obviously didn't see when they were nobodies, and he was Syax, is it?
Yep. Syax.
Whereas the 4, I thought maybe he'd be more neutral ground. I'm thinking maybe he's more of an A, purely for the fact that he did fuel some of like Lee's points and like his playfulness in that scene, which obviously we enjoyed.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like the only reason why a lot of those funny moments were there too is because Isa was there and he made comments about him, like he had like the L for loser, lame, whatever else. So it was really funny.
Yeah, that was quite funny.
So I think he's cool. Even from the standpoint of him being Syax, I think he's a good bad. He's a good baddie. Kairi!
I enjoyed seeing Kairi. I didn't realize I had actually missed a character, considering she wasn't really there in one Chain of Memories, and she sort of popped up in 2. But
yeah, she had a plot line in 2. She did. She had quite a bit actually in 2.
Yeah, but in this we sort of learned like how she wielded the Keyblade. We saw her with her grandmother, and she sort of had a connection there with Aqua a little bit.
We saw her necklace get that spell on it.
We did, and that was very fun. I think she feels like an A for me, purely for the fact that that's such a good scene, but she didn't really exist.
Agree. I'd love her to be an S, but I don't think she made it there. I'm always rooting for Kairi. I'm always rooting for that white bread, as people call her.
Why white bread?
Just very plain and bland. Yeah.
Okay.
She's the white bread. All right.
So she's no sea salt ice cream. She's more of like a vanilla. She's
not
just
even,
ice, actually.
Not even. Well, I suppose. Oh, yeah. We'll call her ice. Vanilla ice. Is she vanilla ice?
Baby.
So the next ones here, we have all the Keyblade armors. Obviously, we're ranking the characters separately from these Keyblade armors, but we just loved these Keyblade armors going into it, so I didn't feel right not ranking Keyblade armors. But anyways, Aqua, I really like her armor. I don't think it's quite S tier, but I would say it's A tier for me.
Yeah, I would agree. It's cool looking. Like, definitely, like all their armor is.
Yeah. You know, I mean, her and Taro's have the most, like, lore implication. Well, I suppose No Heart here has a lot of lore implication as well. But no, I think we're good in A tier on that. Then we have Ericus's armor. Where would you put Ericus's?
I really loved Ericus's armor. It was very cool. I don't know if he's quite an S for me. I'm still unsure on that. I'm like tilting between an S and an A.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same location there. I'm like, should it be S? It is pretty cool looking. So you think it might be more like an A tier then?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, with me being on the edge with it, it's really close to an S though. I'll say that much. How about no heart?
I love his armor so much.
Yeah? You think so? You think he's S tier?
Yeah, especially considering it appeared in like Kingdom Hearts 2 as well.
Yeah, being like Xehanort's armor and all that. Well, Xemnas in that game, but really it's Xehanort's armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be cool going S tier with it. It's kind of the same location for me as Ericus is, so I'm kind of on the edge. So I'll budge. I'll go S.
Yay.
This one's probably the worst one, in my opinion. The lingering one. I'm kidding. We know I freaking love this one's S tier, just straight up.
Yeah.
Do we need to say more?
No, we don't.
Ventus's.
It's okay.
It's cool. I was on the edge of B and A for this one.
Yeah, I agree. I leaned more towards the A because I still like the sort of
Keyblade armor just
vibe
cool.
it gives.
It's just cool.
It's just cool.
It's hard to rank Keyblade armor below A.
Yeah, it's definitely not neutral ground.
Yeah, so we'll go A for that. Maleficent. What do you think of Maleficent?
She kind of annoyed me, and especially in this one.
Really?
And,
I thought
yeah,
it was kind of cool seeing Maleficent before and kind of going up to the 7 Hearts of Light situation.
Yeah, she just like in Kingdom Hearts 2, she seemed a bit like, I'm a background villain that's not really gonna do anything. And I didn't overly enjoy her. She was a bit of a D for me.
Ooh. Ooh. Well, we can go C. I think she was pretty neutral for me. Honestly, okay. I kind of like Maleficent as a villain. But I'm cool going C.
It's just in this, I was a bit like, okay, I've sent you like 3 out of the 4 games now. Like, can you please go away?
Yeah. So what about the rat? What are we doing with the rat?
We have so many good jokes with the rat. But he's still not an S tier rat.
I'm keeping the jokes aside. Let's say fuck the jokes. He's a rat.
He did fucking the jokes. He did give some good, like, he came for Aqua and he helped there, and he did propel that point. So he's still sort of an A because he's not really neutral ground overly because he's sort of important.
Yeah, I'm gonna just have some bias and put him in C. We'll go A. I can agree with that. He did some good work.
Oh god, Pete.
Pete D.
Okay, fine.
Done. We're moving on. Screw that guy. Riku.
Riku's the same grounds as Kairi for me. Like, same reasoning almost.
Hell no, this boy's an S tier, and I will fight you to the ends of the earth for this. This game, we saw him get bequeathed with the Keyblade. We saw him have interactions with Sora. Aqua came in here talking about if he goes down the road of darkness, and Sora being there. And I mean, on that note, I think Sora's in the same book. He also helped Ventus and facilitate his heart and stuff. I think he's an S tier too. Are you gonna fight me, Raine? I'm ready to fight. I won't fight you. They were.
All right. I felt like maybe they were A's, but I was. You gotta give me a break. It's the time right now.
It's very late for Raine right now.
I will agree with you because you're right. It is awesome to have something that propels them more.
Yes, thank you. And backstory for them is kind of awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, that rant aside, we have Terranort.
Terranort is very cool. Don't get me wrong. It's a nice merge of obviously Terra and Xehanort, and he looks cool. But he's sort of so towards the end of the game, and you only really get to experience him in Aquas and like the secret playlist. That he's an A for me.
Okay, I agree with that.
You don't really see enough of him.
Yeah, and I get that. We do kind of have the context that everything we've learned about Apprentice Xehanort is him too. So like we actually do have a lot of information about him, despite that we haven't really seen him like this until the end of the game. But I think he's a very good villain. Obviously, he's like the progenitor of all the Emblem Heartless, and yeah, I think he's a good bad. I think he had an interesting little thing there, especially now knowing Terra's linked to him. I think that's awesome. But yeah, I don't know if I'd quite put him in S tier. Terra! Raine, I'll let you go crazy.
He's, come on, you know where he should go. Put him in S.
He's S tier. Yeah, definitely. I love Terra. I know we talked about this in the past. Some people think he's a big dummy.
They can go away.
Yeah, they can go away. He was locked in this dude, freaking Terranort, for, you know, the entirety of all of his crimes. And that's enough time that he has to spend to amend his shortcomings.
Stupidness.
And stupidness, yes.
Yeah.
But no, I think he's really cool. I think he's super powerful. As I mentioned, he beat Ericus, he beat Xehanort. Like,
yeah.
When it comes to combat, he's super strong. I think he has potential that he could have been more like Riku, where he had kind of the darkness and light, which, in my opinion, makes the strongest character. That's why I think Riku, in my opinion, is stronger than Sora, though his heart and his friendships are also a force to be reckoned with. I will say that much.
His hearts.
that is a lot.
He's got many hearts.
I see the power with that. So I don't want to say Riku's stronger than Sora in that regard, especially after this game. I think this game really like awakened me more to that than any other. And I wanna give credit there. So I think those three characters are very strong. Aqua, obviously, with the realm of darkness living forever. I think she's super strong too. Those four characters, I think, at this point, are the strongest in my opinion.
Yeah, and also just a bonus about the image he chose for Terra. He looks like a shark.
Yeah, he does. He's got the fin. So this is the unknown figure. I guess I'll speak on this one because I was the one fighting him, I guess. Once I kind of learned how to fight him better, I actually had a lot of fun in this fight, though it did seem like a lot of BS. But I suppose a lot of fights do seem that way, especially hard fights, until you learn them, and then it's a lot more rewarding when you beat them. So in terms of that, I think that was a really cool fight, and I actually did thoroughly enjoy it. Unlike the Lingering Will fight, which I still did this great thing. It's a bunch of bullshit. But I felt amazing when I beat it. I will say that much for Lingering Will. But no, I think he's cool. I think his weapons are really cool. He was really quick. He seems like a badass, honestly. He also a little bit of a bitch, but that aside, I mean, I would say he's either probably like a B tier though, just as we don't really know too much about him, but I think he's aesthetically really cool. I
personally was like tilting between like B and A because we didn't see much of him, and whilst his boss fight was really hard, it was kind of cool. Like, he was a dick, but he was a cool dick.
Woo!
Oh god, the music. Please send me that song. That's so good.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because a lot of times I kind of zone out music in this game, just strictly, not because it's bad. I freaking love this music, but I've heard a lot of these songs before, so it's easier for me to like zone it out. That song was one that I can't zone out. That one was just so good. I'm like, I can't not draw attention to this song. It was amazing. Yeah, and that's saying a lot too, because I was so laser focused on the fight, and it still caught my attention.
Yeah.
All right, we got Remnant Vanitas.
Oh, it's so cool.
He's so cool. Freaking cool. Like,
so
I didn't think Vanitas could get cooler. I hadn't seen this guy before playing this game, so I was not aware of him before. I always thought Vanitas looked really cool with his armor. And I didn't think they could make it cooler, but they made it cooler, so there's that.
Yeah, I mean, are we agreeing on where we should put him?
Yeah, where would you put him?
I would put him in S because he's so fucking cool.
Just aesthetically speaking.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I personally would put him in A just because, you know, he's just a character. Like, he's more of just an image because he doesn't voice anything, he doesn't do anything, but he just looks that level of cool. Like, I kind of like the Keyblade armors. I would kind of relate it to that. Like, they just look so freaking cool. So I'm cool putting it in an S. Screw it. All right, Vanitas then himself. This one he has more character. I'm curious your thoughts on Vanitas as a villain. What do you think of him?
He was a good villain. He could be a bit of a dick sometimes, especially when he
massive dick. Yep.
Yeah. But his origin and the fact that he was the source of the Unversed was a very cool plot point.
Yeah.
And obviously the fact that he was a part of Ventus at one point, and obviously at the end as well, was very awesome, and he did a good job. But he was a bit like a puppet on the string because of Xehanort.
Yeah, I would agree. So, where would you put him?
I think for the fact that he's really cool, but for the fact that he's a more secondary villain compared to Xehanort, he's probably more of an A than an S, but he's still very cool.
I agree. I think I really like him as a villain. I think he's an interesting villain. It's interesting seeing. There's a lot of points when Xehanort's just like, no, don't do this. But Sora, it looks like Sora, Ventus, they're all, if we consider them all the same age, obviously Sora in this game isn't the same age, but future Sora, who he looks like, which is just more mind-boggling. He acts like an angsty teenager. And I think
he does.
I think that's kind of awesome.
And he literally has emotions running around the place fighting people.
Literally, he is the angstiest boy in the series. Sorry, Riku. I think he's taking the cake on this with his unversed guys. We're literally negative energy. And
I wish I had that little teenage angst.
Yeah, and so Xehanort, when he told him to do something, he would just be like, well, I'm gonna do my own thing. You know, there's sometimes he did listen to him, and then eventually he broke and was like, no, I'm not gonna listen. I'm gonna fight you anyways, or whatever. But you know, so I think he's really cool. But yeah, I don't know if he's quite S tier though, but I do think he's a very good A. Ventus.
He was a major part of this story. He was very important.
I would have said major disappointment.
Wow, okay, yeah, in a gameplay fighting standpoint, maybe. But in the, like, plot of he is literally what Xehanort's trying to sort of, like, one of Xehanort's secondary goals to merge and get the blade off of him. He went through a lot of shit, that boy.
Yeah, I mean, he's pivotal. He's pivotal. He's pivotal for the plot.
Definitely, which makes him so important. And
yeah,
cool.
like, as much shit as I give Ventus, I still like him as a character, right? Obviously playing as him was not great for me, and I didn't like him from a gameplay standpoint. From a character standpoint, I think he's cool. I do think he's a little bit along for the ride for a lot of stuff. Obviously he's important. He's a really unique situation where he's pivotal for the story, but at the same time he's like along for the ride. And on that note, it's almost relatable for the player because, you know, we're kind of like, what's happening here, you know? And it's always cool to relate to the character in the sense that you're learning as they're learning.
Yeah.
And that was the experience, so that's kind of cool. It's, you know, recommended to play Patera first, so he's not the one that we're really going in blind with, though, so that's kind of the loss there. But, yeah. I mean, I'd still say he's an A, but I definitely would not put him above an A.
Okay, well, we'll put him in an A then, because, like, obviously
where would you put him, just out of curiosity?
I'd put him in an S, personally, because he's so important to the story, and it basically wouldn't exist without him.
But it's like I said in the series, too, Roxas just does Ventus better, in my opinion. Like, Roxas is an S tier for me. I love Roxas. And I hate that Ventus exists to diminish Roxas's uniqueness in terms of appearance and some aspects of his personality. But I still think Roxas is an S even after Ventus. Just I think Roxas is a better flavor. It's kind of like when we rank the Keyblades and we have Kingdom Key D and the regular Kingdom Key. It's like one of these are just cooler than the other, and Kingdom Key D just looks better, and so that's why we put that one on top, and it's kind of that situation. All right, Xehanort.
He was such a good villain.
He's a very good villain.
He was very good. He was manipulative, but he also wanted the light and dark, but he was also... We saw in, like, the reports, even though he was using Ventus for his own goals, he didn't want him to sort of die not peacefully, I guess. Wasn't that what he put? Yeah, he said,
peacefully.
Yeah, so he took him to a place where he knew it was peaceful, where he could see the sea as he was dying, and then that's like a nice aspect of him, even though he's an evil body-possessing motherfucker, you know?
Motherfucker! Yeah, he's a very dynamic character for sure. I think he has a lot of... obviously, we see him mostly as this antagonist, right? But the Xehanort reports were really a cool side where we can see of Xehanort from a different point of view. And seeing more of his motivations, and obviously what you said with the Ventus scene there, like he was just gonna murder this guy, despite the fact that technically Terranort, which is kind of him from the future, sacrifices a bunch of kids, but whatever, that's not important. But yeah, it's still interesting to see that. So I think he's a very good villain, very good voice actor. Shout out to Leonard Nimoy. Rip, we miss you.
Yeah.
So would you put him in S then? It sounds like.
I would definitely.
All right. I was between S and A personally.
Yeah.
I think I did end up going with A, but I'm definitely cool putting him in an S. Sorry, what were you saying?
I have a question. I just realized something. Considering, obviously, Xehanort is nobody. Whose memories does he have? Does he have Terra's, Xehanort's, or both?
Yes.
He has both.
My answer is yes.
Okay.
I'll go no more in depth than that. I mean, it's clear by him saying friend for Aqua and stuff that he has some memories of Terra. I think it's primarily Xehanort memory, and at the very least, that's his primary.
Okay.
If I were to relate to something, I'd say Terra is more like another life in his memory to him.
Okay.
But it's apparent that they're both there. Both memories of both.
Okay. All right.
Against Sid.
He's so neutral, and he's always a bit weird looking.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Zach.
He's such a good character, and he's so fun.
It's such a fun personality and character in this game.
Yeah,
like,
I put him in an A.
Yes? No, I'd put him in A. he had a lot of fun interactions with each and every one of the characters, and you got to see a lot of him. He was really cool. If my bias was completely through, I would put him in S, but I'll hold back because he's not technically an important character. So I'll keep it in A. All right, so now let us show. Now that we have this all done, which I'm pretty happy with. I know I had Donald down here, but all in all, I think this is a pretty good tier list. I think you swayed me on a couple of them, and vice versa. And I think this is even better than my tier list personally, other than Donald.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at our individual ones. All right, everybody. So we are here with Raine's tier list. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we ranked. All right, we had those. Yes. No, we didn't do that, but yes. I agree. I agree with those. Erica's A. All right, I'm cool with those. Cool with that.
Yeah, we definitely put more up there.
Yeah, we put more up in S.
Yeah.
Did we end up putting Bragg in S? I don't even remember.
Yeah, we did.
2 seconds ago. Okay.
It was 2 seconds ago.
These guys are S. Yeah. These are S's, Raine. I'm offended.
Sorry. I know. I agree now that they're S's because it just propelled them more, and I was happy to see them.
Oh my god! What is Pete doing in a C?
I don't know.
Maleficent is below a Pete?
Yeah, he didn't. He kind of made me laugh a couple times.
Yeah, I remember that, and I'm like, this is disgraceful, Raine. Okay, yeah, so he should be D. Maleficent, I'm okay with being a C. You're fine. You need to go down to D. These are all fine. Well,
I really wish he should go up there. Yeah. So the things I would change now, obviously, are from Bragg to Riku would go up, and Isa would go up.
Bragg to you would put these two in S?
Oh, sorry, not those two. No, I didn't even see them there. Not those two. No.
That's all right. All right, and then mine here will be on the next one here. Boink. So this is mine.
Okay, I agree with the top line. Yep. Oh god, you put Erica so high up. Oh god, it hurts.
I know, I kind of like him. I don't know. I think it's cool.
Oh god.
I put here. I did put you here.
Yeah, that's agreeable.
We moved him up to S.
Yeah, and we moved Xehanort up to S.
Those were in A's. I did put him down in a B.
Oh, okay.
That's my least favorite one. We moved him up to A.
Yeah.
I think she was down to C.
Yeah, and you had Donald up in C, I think.
Mickey rats. Yeah, and we moved him up to A, but I'm still stand by my C a little bit there. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, but nothing too crazy, I don't think. I think they're all a couple exceptions of us not seeing eye to eye. I think these two were some.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we're pretty close at least, and it was just talking the other one into a different tiering for him. But yeah, so pretty good. Erica's, I guess, was another upset, but.
Oh god, yeah.
But let's move on to freaking worlds. Here we are, everybody, with our worlds. We'll be going through these. Not too many. This is normally the quickest one, so let's just jump into this. Castle of freaking Oblivion. So we got that. It's very obviously a brief thing, but it's a very cool and important thing. So what are your thoughts on Castle Oblivion?
I always love Castle Oblivion. It's a bit bright. It can be a bit bright sometimes. Yeah. But it's definitely... I can't remember where I put it personally, but it's probably... leaning towards an S, sort of SA situation. You cool with S? I say S. I think the lore implications are just phenomenal with it. I think it's really cool. If it wasn't S before in past games, I think it's definitely an S here. Castle of Dreams. Oh, it's Cinderella's place. Sorry, I had to think for a second. Castle of Dreams. Bippity boppity freaking boo. A lot of like plot points sort of took their like important emotions, I'd say. Especially when you had Aqua and Terra interacting. Yeah, I think they're interacting, yeah, so I think it gets more of an A. I would agree with that. I liked it. Obviously, Bippity Bop to Boo. I'm not alone in the community. I was on Reddit yesterday, and I was very happy to see other people get annoyed with that song. I love it. And I'm amazed that Raine doesn't with how easily annoyed she gets with songs typically. So that's amazing to me that you don't. But like the world... Like the Disney song? Yeah, the Disney Town song, yeah, which we'll probably get to in a second. But no, I think the world was really cool here. It was very dynamic because we could go to the castle. And then we also went in the house and we were small as Ventus too. So we got to experience it through that aspect as well. So definitely a really cool world. A lot of aspects to it. Love it. Deep Space. Where'd you put that? I love Deep Space. You love Stitch is what you love. No, I love Deep Space. I don't know what you mean. I think the Stitch in the list. I think no. I think Deep Space, the ship looks cool. I'll say that, but in terms of traveling around it, kind of lame, kind of samey going around it. Not my favorite. Not bad. Like I don't have negative vibes for it, but I wouldn't say it's an A for me personally. I would say it's more of a B. I'm happy to put it in a B. It doesn't mean I don't love it though. You love Stitch. Anyways. Destiny freaking Islands. Oh, it was so cool to see that place again. And with Terra and Aqua and Ventus there. Oh, man. Even Xehanort was there at some point. And Terranort. And Terranort. And the babies. Versions of our characters we love. I was going to say the babies. I just had an image of a bunch of babies lying on a beach. Yeah. So it's an S tier, right? Yeah, it's an S tier. I can't get the image of babies on a beach out of my head. What? Excuse me. What did you just do? What one is I put Destiny Islands in S tier. No, you put Disney Town in S tier. I had to move closer to my screen to see what that said. Squinty eyes. Where would you put Disney Town? Raine? Because you love the music in it. I remember that. Not the music. Wait. I think I asked this in an episode. I cannot remember your answer. What, is it Halloween Town or Disney Town? I'd rather be in Disney Town. Okay. Music-wise, Halloween Town or Disney Town? Disney Town. Okay. The thought of enjoying Halloween Town in any way, shape, or form makes me want to throw up. Bias. So much bias. All right. Anyways, where are you gonna put Disney Town? Oh God, I honestly don't remember where I put any of mine, but I would say B or A. I don't know. B or C. I don't know. Not an A. We're going B. Okay. Dwarf Woodlands. Oh. Sorry, were you gonna say something else on Disney? No, I was gonna say like it wasn't that bad. It's just the music grated on my nerves. Well, here's my beef with it. There wasn't that many aspects to it. Like you had the sewers and you had a little Pete's rec room area, which was interesting and fun there. But other than that, I mean, it wasn't that much going on for it. So B. Fair enough. At best, maybe a C. Yeah. Maybe a C. We want to go C? I do have. I don't mind. I don't remember where I put any worlds. So. Well, I'm asking where you want to put it now. Where do you want to put it? I think it's okay at B, but if you want to move it, I also don't mind. Okay, we'll keep it B then. Dwarf Woodlands. Where will we put this one? Oh, fetal alcohol syndrome is a C. The what? Fetal alcohol syndrome is a C. Oh.
I would be more leaning towards a B on it then.
Okay. Well, where would you put it, like, if I wasn't here?
Probably a B. I don't think it would make an A for me. No.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I think a B would be best.
We had that good joke with the prince, but like that's not enough to make that work.
Oh, did you find my picnic basket? May I have that?
How may I repay thee?
Yeah, that was fun. I don't know, I'm pretty neutral. You had like the castle part. It was pretty bland though, let's be honest.
Yeah, it was.
I'm cool going. I'll be convinced to a C. I'm cool with a C. Enchanted Domain. Dominion. Wait. Shit. Going out how I went into it.
Oh,
it was really hard to type that into Google, by the way, to get the image for it. Damn it. I thought I was out of it. Anyways, where would you put Enchanted Domain?
I mean, it's not the most enjoyable world to me. But I guess it's kind of important to the story.
Maleficent's pretty important to the story.
Yeah.
I think this game might have done the best job at making Disney worlds important. I know I briefly mentioned that before, but I think it's even more true now that we're going through the worlds.
And yeah, I seem to dislike the Disney worlds a bit more.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason they're just not vibing with me, right?
I actually think the Disney worlds in this game actually went pretty well with me. I actually enjoyed them for the most part. Yeah. I think this game did a pretty good. Kingdom Hearts 2 I think did a pretty good job as well, but I think this one is up there too. But
I'd say maybe a B or an A personally for that one. But sorry, you were saying.
I would lean more towards an A, just because you had the portion that's the castle, you had Maleficent's castle, and you had the whole grassland and stuff in between and stuff. And I just think there's a lot of different scenery there, a lot of different aspects, and I think that's kind of an A tier in terms of the worlds. If you're cool with it.
Yeah, you can put it there. I don't mind.
But the real question is, what do you think of the Keyblade Graveyard?
I love that place.
S tier?
Yes.
It wouldn't be S tier. Let me just to give more explanation on this other than just like S tier. The Keyblades everywhere is freaking awesome. Like, I think seeing all those Keyblades, seeing the history there, the lore implications there, then the fight we have there, the cinematic scenes that happen there. I mean, it's just such an iconic place. Yes, it's a freaking barren desert. Aesthetically, maybe it's not the greatest, but I don't know. And I know I've ranked it down in the past because of that, but I gotta appreciate that. And I love the Keyblades a lot there, and it's really cool and unique. So the Land of Departure.
I like that place. It's beautiful.
It is freaking gorgeous.
Very important.
Very important.
Just
Castle Oblivion.
yeah. It's also Castle Oblivion, so we can't really put Castle Oblivion up there without putting Castle Oblivion up there, you know?
Exactly. And aesthetically, personally, I think Land of Departure looks better than Castle Oblivion. Though I do like the crazy aesthetic of Castle Oblivion, where the towers can go on the side and all that. I think that's absolutely amazing, which is why they both belong up here.
When I saw that, I was so baffled the first time in Kingdom Memories. I was like, what's happening? Why is this a place?
Well, we walked up to it at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, I had like an image in my head of what it would look like inside. Obviously, it doesn't look like that. But like, it sort of looked wooden in my head inside, sort of matching the outside. And just you would be walking up the walls at some point.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool, actually. I would love that. So Mirage Arena, yeah.
It's a cool place. I'm not really bugged by it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's a cool aesthetic for being an arena.
Yeah.
But pretty neutral, would you say?
Yeah, definitely.
Mysterious Tower. We've been to this place a lot of times now.
It's cool. I like the fact that the tower looks so much bigger when you're inside it than it does on the outside.
I think KH2 did a cool thing with the thing where you like teleport through doors and you on different levels. I think that was really cool.
Yeah, I love that as well. I'm still not overly sure of my feelings on it. Like, there's no way it's an S tier for me. I don't think it's a C either, or like a D. So it's definitely between A and B somewhere.
I lean more towards B. I think it's like an iconic location now, and so maybe it's some of that. And we saw your boy Donald here.
We did see Tom. We did see
honestly, that's a downgrade for me, but I would put it an A personally. But if you're cool, if you want to put it in B, I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with an A.
Neverland. Let's hear this.
Okay, I'm not gonna be too harsh on it because
Let's go.
I'm not gonna let the character affect the experience of the story.
Which tells me that she likes Peter Pan more than Halloween Town. And Jack Skellington.
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah. All right, continue.
I would put it more of like a B because it didn't bug me that much, but maybe it's an A because obviously the wooden keyblade gets left there and all of the stuff that happened with like Aqua and Aqua and Vanitas fight there as well.
Yep, I know. I think Neverland is, in terms of level design, is kind of like the coolest world. It's very vast. You get several different aspects of it depending on your character. I mean, you got Glidus, Ventus, Aqua did her little jumpy thing up the mountain, which was really cool actually. I really like that aspect. It's a very pretty world too. I think it's an A tier, like hands down. And I hate Peter Pan. I'm not.
I know you do.
The world is separate from Peter Pan, in my opinion.
Yeah, one aesthetic I don't like. I'm not someone that's very keen on rainbows. Like they're just not my thing.
They're not my thing either.
They're too colorful. They're too bright. Like, just go away.
Yeah.
So maybe that also doesn't help. Like the fact that the world has a massive rainbow above it.
It's just does it have that when we play?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't remember it. I'd probably remember it if
one either. I see it in the image, but that's just the image. I'm not gonna downgrade it because there's a rainbow.
No, I'm just bringing up something that's an aspect of it technically.
Yeah.
I don't know if it, like.
I agree with you with the rainbows. I'm not really into the rainbows too. Olympus Coliseum, fucking D. Get it out of here. I'm so sick of it.
See, I always enjoy the Coliseum, but it's getting a bit more like, okay, but there's cooler worlds now.
And it's 2 freaking rooms. Okay, fine, 3 with the arena room and stuff, but man.
I wouldn't put it in a D though.
Oh.
I'm happy to meet you at a C.
Okay. God, I hate that place. Radiant Gardens.
I love this place.
Love it, S.
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
A lot of different aspects to it. There's still that door in Radiant Garden that I have no idea how to get to, but it says that you can go through it on the map, but there's no indication on how to get through that door. I don't know what that's all about.
Along the waterway?
Yes, with the gold gate. I have no idea. I have no idea. It doesn't even have a question, or you can't go this way, or anything like that. It's just... It's like they blocked it off. Like it was something, but they removed it or something. That would be my guess, but I hate it. But why is it in the final mix version? You should have fixed that. Anyways, moving on. I love Radiant Garden. So many aspects to it. A lot of cool stuff. Plot, obviously. Yeah. Awesome. So this one here is the Realm of Darkness. I just chose an image for it because there's no logo in this game for it.
Which sucks.
Yeah. So what do you think of the Realm of Darkness? So this was pretty much the secret episode is where we experienced that.
It was a lot of fun to finally see it as such a talked about place.
Yeah, I agree. Actually being on the other side of it.
We've been talking about it so long, like, oh, we're going to use the Realm of Darkness. Oh, the Doors of Darkness. Oh, look, it's darkness. Yeah. and then it's like, oh, she's falling into the darkness. Will we get to see the darkness? And then it's like, yeah, you will get to see the darkness. So
yeah, and it's not just this black abyss.
Yeah. Which is what it was in my head.
So where would you put this one?
I'd say it's maybe an S because I enjoy it quite a bit, like seeing it finally. You can put it in A if you don't really feel quite S-y.
I don't know how 100% I feel S-y on it, but the uniqueness of this being an entire realm is kind of interesting. Yeah. So for the intrigue behind it, I'll budge. I'll go S with you.
Okay.
And the aesthetic of like the lighty veins and some of the stuff, and I related the jumping around to the roots in Elden Ring that you kind of jump around on, and that was really cool, and I like that a lot. So I think I'm cool with S tier. No D's. Disappointment, because there's one that is clearly a D.
D for disappointment.
Anyways, let's just jump into our rankings. All right, everybody. So we are here with Raine's tier list. Oh my god, what the?
It's a mess. I know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I disagree with so much on this now.
Wow. Wait a minute.
I just did this less than an hour ago.
This is the one we just did. Okay, Dwarf Woodland's in the same spot. I'm wondering if anything's in the same freaking spot.
The Radiant Gardens, the
Mysterious Tower.
Department. Land Department? A department. It's like a department store now.
Land of Departure, Radiant Garden, Keyblade Graveyard, and Realm of Dark. Those are like the only... These 5 are the only ones that are the same. Oh, here we go. All right. Anyways. Yes, 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 yes. No. Yes. No. No. No.
Yeah, I agree.
No. No.
I agree. I agree.
Yes. Oh, this one's another yes. Okay, good job. You got 6. No, I'd say that one's up here. Yeah, that's fine. No, I disagree with that one, but wow, that's a monstrosity ring.
I know it is. I'm looking at it and thinking, what the fuck's wrong with me?
Everybody, she did this right before recording this. All right. Next, here's mine.
Sorry, it's so late.
All right, so we have S tier castle. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Oh, I did put this up here. Okay, good for me. Cool.
Yay.
I did this yesterday, by the way. A little bit more understandable.
God, yeah.
These ones, yeah. I was neutral on all of these. Oh, I'm surprised I didn't put that one up higher, honestly. I guess I talked myself into higher just now. This one we talked about on here. I did put that in C. And Olympus, yes. Career Olympus.
I can respect your opinions. My opinions, however, are a bunch of bollocks.
You disrespect their opinions?
I disrespect my own opinions.
We disrespect those. All right, but now we are on to the last, but certainly not least, the Keyblades. Let's get into it. All right, everybody, here we are with the Keyblades. This is awesome because this is finally a game where we get a bunch of new Keyblades and we're not getting anything repeated except for Starseeker. Starseeker was the only Keyblade that gets repeated. But other than that, we are good. All right, so starting from number 1, the Bright Crest. The Wayfinder Keyblade, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, it's the Wayfinder Keyblade. Oh, okay, yeah. See, I couldn't see it properly. I'm blind as a bat, you know?
Okay, so now that you know it's the Wayfinder Keyblade, where would you put it?
S.
S?
Yeah.
Good answer. Where would you put it before you found out it was a Wayfinder Keyblade?
I think I would have put it in the A.
Okay, just one turn down. That's not too bad.
Because I was like, yeah, it's cool, but I don't really know what significance it holds.
Yeah, it's got the Wayfinders. That's super important. So then we got the Chaos Ripper.
I love this blade. We
That's
disagree
a cool
on
name.
it, but we...
Everybody, this is red. It is a red Keyblade. The bottom of the hilt,
orange.
the bottom of the hilt part is orange. Everything else is red. You guys have a blown up image of this. Please comment down below which of us is right, so I don't have to go ahead and do another Photoshop endeavor where I have to prove to her that that color is in fact red. Anyways.
It's not red.
It is freaking red.
It's not. It's orange.
What color is this next Keyblade then?
Red.
I actually don't know this thing. Dark. It's the same thing. It's just not glowing as much.
I'd say
It's literally another Terra Keyblade. It's just a different version of that other Keyblade. They are both red. If this is red, that other one is red. It's just glowing. The glowing light of it.
It's a different shade. It's just... it's a different... They're different.
It's okay. It's okay, Sambo. It's okay. Just breathe. What do you think of this Keyblade, Raine? Let's move on.
It's cool because it looks like one of those dinosaurs that you had as a kid. We press the trigger and its mouth would open.
Yeah.
Yeah. You grab stuff with it and then it breaks because you grabbed the wrong thing.
All the time.
But, I would put that in an A though because obviously Chaos Ripper is cooler.
Yeah, it's like this is just a better variant. That's kind of the thing I had for other versions of the Keyblades. But we'll get to that. We have Destiny's Embrace. Kairi's Keyblade.
I like this one. It's a
wielded
cool
by Aqua.
Yeah.
Aqua.
Aqua.
Where would you put it though? You really like it, so that's an A or an S. Which one?
Let's say maybe an S because of the significance.
I agree. That's the reason why I put it in an S. Personally, aesthetic-wise, that is not my aesthetic. I hate flowers, first of all. But knowing that it's Kairi's and how I think it fits her, we got the star fruit at the hilt of it, or on the chain of it. I mean, I think I see it as a beautiful Keyblade. It definitely is. It's just not my style, but that's fine. I think it's still an S tier.
Yeah, for me, I like flowers, but it's too bright.
Yeah, you don't like colors is what you don't like.
I'm literally wearing just like gray and black right now. Like
I'm wearing red. I'm vibrant.
I think
this is red. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm wearing orange. I'm wearing orange, everybody. I'm sorry.
Fuck off.
All right, we got Terra's Keyblade Earth Shaker.
I like that blade. But it's because its upgraded version is cooler to me. It's more of an A.
Yeah, I might have even gone a B with it, to be honest. But I'm cool with putting it in A. And then his upgraded one, Ends of the Earth, that one I would put in an A, for sure. But I'm guessing you put it in an S based on what you're saying. Yeah,
I prefer its look, but we have to agree for an S. But I'm happy for it to be in an A.
I think it's a cool aesthetic. I think the color scheme works with Terra, but it's kind of, like, it doesn't have anything, like, crazy. Like, the Chaos Ripper has, like, this cool top here. It's got the eye. Like, it has a lot of cool attributes. This has, like,
what was it I called it? It was, like, Sauron's Tower with the blue eye.
Yeah, she referenced it as Sauron's Tower when she was originally bringing up the fact that it was orange to me. And she's like, I don't think we're talking about the same Keyblade. I'm like, all right, describe it to me. And then she does. And I'm like, we're talking about the same Keyblade. Anyways, and then this one had like a bunch of cool like aesthetics here with like windy, watery stuff, and it's aqua, and it's her wayfinder that she made for her friend, and that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Again, like referencing like a past issue I've had with Keyblades, the one thing I don't like about the Wayfinder blade is that it's got yellow on it with like the blue. And blue. Yeah, she hates those colors. With the baby blue, it's ridiculous. I hate it.
Yeah, I'm just really happy that you did put it in an S still. After us talking about it anyways. This monstrosity, what is it called? Fairy Stars.
Fairy Stars is a circus accident that just shouldn't happen.
It's a cacophony of colors.
Yeah, it's so awful.
I was between a C and a B on this. Right now I'd lean more towards a C though. I don't know if it's quite D, but
I just don't like it.
C, yeah, I'm on the same page.
If I was wielding a Keyblade, I want it to look badass and like it's gonna really hurt to hit with, not like some fairyland. Oh, sparkles! Like what is that?
I know, I see a little fairy in the center of it, and then I don't know. It's stupid. That's what it is. So we got Flame Frolic Flame, all the way around.
That's so cool.
See, I'm not super into the aesthetics of this one. I just like that as axles. Like, I love that. I don't hate it or anything. It's definitely better than freaking Fairy Stars, but I don't know that it's... I think it's there's like a face in the middle with a flame thing. I think I don't like that as much.
I can't already see that.
Well, I was hoping you could at least remember what it looked like in game, but I guess I was wrong. So this one, I would put more in a B, I think, for me. Would you say it's an A, though?
I think I might have leaned more towards an S, but I'm more A at the moment.
So I'm cool going with A because, I mean, when it comes down to it, when I really think about it, I think the hilt looks really cool. Like with all this and the spikes around it, I think that's like the fire on the chain of it. And I think the end, which I didn't actually like it before, but looking at it more here, how it's almost like a blade, like, and I mean like a circular blade. Yeah. That's kind of cool. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, and that's the fire coloring on it. So I'm cool with putting it in an A. Definitely not an S though. Hyperdrive. Yeah, Hyperdrive. Where'd you put Hyperdrive?
It's not the worst. I think it's more neutral ground for me because I don't hate it, but it's not like, oh, this Keyblade's so amazing, you know?
Yeah, I was between A and B on it, but I'm cool with a B. The reason why I would consider an A is because I think it's a very interesting design with the engines kind of being part of the shaft. I'm gonna say it, everybody. But I don't like necessarily the goop that comes out at the end. That's a little weird to me, but I don't know, I can appreciate the style of it, I guess. So I'm cool with a B. All right, so we got the Lost Memory.
I really like that Keyblade. It's so cool looking and kind of beautiful.
I accept nothing less than S on this one, Raine. I think.
Yeah, that's definitely an S.
So I know I referenced Keyblade that I would tell more about the lore implications behind this one. I never did it in the series, but I'll do it now. But you can see that there's an incomplete heart on the blade there, and that's to represent that Ventus didn't have a complete heart. Sora had to come in and repair that. The darkness was pulled away from his heart, and you can see that on the hilt. You also see the one wing, which is apparently an iconic squareenix thing just in general.
Yeah.
So you got the one wing on there, and it's more of like an angel wing, I would call it, on this one. And you got the one wing on that other one, and it's just really cool. It has links to basically Sora and Vanitas in there. Obviously, it's called Lost Memory. He doesn't remember anything from his past, so it's just a really cool Keyblade, from design, from lore, from aesthetic, everything. Everything's just cool about it. I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the mark of a hero.
It's out of all the Olympus Keyblades we've seen, it's not my favorite.
No, I've never been super into the Olympus Keyblades anyways, but this one's definitely not the top. I think it's funny that it's like an arm flexing.
Yeah.
But where would you put it?
I'm sort of a BC sort of like situation.
See, then I'm in this. We're gonna go C because I don't like it. Master Ericus's Keyblade.
I mean, that's kind of an S for me, just for the fact that one, it's cool, and two, it's got such an important, like, it makes Castle Oblivion. Like, come on.
I'm freaking cool with that. Honestly, I put it in an A, but thinking about more of the lore implications. First off, now Aqua wields this. Now it's like a passed down Keyblade. Obviously it was Ericus. He's branded it with his E on the top. E for Ericus. I don't know if that's intentional, but it just looks like it to me. It always has. So I always thought it was funny. But yeah, so now Aqua has this, like you said, Castle Oblivion was linked with Keyblade. I suppose Land of Departure. You know, this is the wielder of the successor of that land, I guess. And I think, yeah, I agree. You've convinced me up to an S on that, so thank you.
I didn't even say that much.
No, you didn't. You just made my mind go wonky. Now we have No Name.
No Name is quite a cool looking blade. I like just the fact that I'm going to say it, shaft is quite a bright color almost, but it's not blinding, and then it's equaled out with the fact that there's such dark tones on either end.
Yeah, it's very like aqua colored to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's very... Yeah. If I'm being honest, there's a lot of Keyblades in this game that I feel like are kind of meant for Aqua. It's just like her scheme. And this is one of them.
Yeah, it's a very cool blade. And
it's got the hourglass on the chain too.
Yeah, I love hourglasses.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's really good. I love the clock aspect of it too. I mean, it's fitting for the boss fight we had when he freaking froze me in time. Sure.
Yeah.
Where would you put it though?
I'd say it's more an A. Like, it's not like too
I
S-y.
would say it's an S. But...
I mean, you could put it in S if you want.
No, it's only if you agree.
I don't know. Like, if I'm in that situation where it's like, I don't know, then it's gonna.
Then it should be an A. Yeah, I agree. This one I will not say the name of.
Okay. Why?
I don't know.
I know it's A and it's blade, but.
Yeah, I won't say the name of it. Where would you put this one?
I love it. It's sort of, I want to say almost draconic and gothic in its look.
It is draconic-y, for sure. It's actually a goat.
What?
It's a goat.
A goat?
It's a goat. There's a goat on the handle of it.
Wait, there is?
It's a goat, yeah.
I don't care. I love it.
Is it S tier or A tier?
Yeah, it's S tier for me.
S tier, I agree. It's very cool looking, and then you got like that eye at the top of it too. We got the what's this one? Pixie petal.
Yeah, it's not one of my favorites. It's sort of like, yeah, you exist, but if you hit someone with flowers and leaves, it's not going to do very well.
I would call it my least favorite. I say it's D tier.
I'm quite happy for you to put it there, honestly.
All right, cool. Aqua's first Keyblade, we'll call it, which is Rainfell.
I like that Keyblade.
It's just because it has rain in it, isn't it? Okay.
No, I honestly don't.
I love it a lot.
I'm not a person.
No, I like it a lot too. Is it S tier worthy for you?
I think so. Yeah, I think I prefer it more than her second one.
You know, it's funny you say that because I think the same thing.
I
like it better as well.
I like more like an Aqua blade.
Yeah, it's honestly the end of the Keyblade, like the tip of it. I think that looks so cool on Aqua's old one, and they kind of ruin it by connecting it in the next one.
Yeah.
It is, and now I look at it, and it's like a crown. I wonder if Mickey branded it.
Oh
God. But anyways, so A or S?
I'd put that one in an S.
Okay, I was on the edge of it as well. I was almost tempted to do S on it, especially the fact that I like it better than the Stormfell one. But I'm happy to move that up to S personally. Royal Radiance.
It's so bright.
It is very bright.
It's one of those Keyblades where I look at it and I'm like, it's okay. It's not the worst in the world, but it's not my sort of thing.
I mean, I feel like it's meant to be something that's awesome, but honestly, it's not S tier to me.
No. It's more of a B to me because it's sort of like I don't really care about it, but it's also too kind of bright.
I was leaning more towards A on it, but I understand the B aspects. Are you pretty set on neutral, or are you okay putting it a little higher?
I'm quite happy for you to put it higher. I'm that sort of mind on it, you know, where it's like it's not my favorite, but I don't mind it being higher than.
Yeah, well, I just think of it like I think it's a lot going on with it, which is, you know, on one term maybe it's a little overwhelming, but on the other side, I think it has a lot of aspects to it that outweigh some of the other maybe more B, C, D tiers that we're seeing. So looking at above that, I'm like, I think it should be up here. It might be the lower end of these Keyblades up here, but I think it should be up there. Starstika, Yensid / Mickey.
This one's been growing on me over time.
Yeah.
I had like such mixed opinions on this blade.
It goes all over the place, yeah. So, where'd you put it now, though?
I'm leaning towards more like the higher scale where like it's not really neutral for me because we've seen it so much. But I don't hate it, but it's not like so good that it's with all the other blades at the top there.
So like an A tier?
Yeah, more of an A.
I'd be cool with that. I was a little bit more in the middle on it. The middle on it too, between B and A, but I think I ended up ultimately going more with a B.
Okay.
But I can go up to A because like you said, I think there's cool aspects of it. So we got Stormfell.
Purely for the fact that I prefer the other one, I would put this in an A.
Yeah, I agree with that. So then we have Castle of Dreams, Stroke of Midnight. The Stroke of Midnight.
Okay, Stroke of Midnight's more of a, again, really neutral blade. I'm sort of like, I look at it, I can't really justify putting it in anything but a B.
This is another one of those Keyblades that I'm like, this is Aqua. This is Aqua's colors. This is another thing. I remember even mentioning this, I think it was in Tara's playthrough, when we actually used other Keyblades that weren't unique. It was, I thought it was a cool one. It was a cool looking one, especially when I was wielding it. It was like a lot of spikes. I know it's the towers of the castle, but it's very spiky. It looks very cool. I think at the end it almost looks like a snowflake. It's like a spiky ninja star.
Is it meant to be a firework?
Probably, now that you mention it. Yeah, probably.
It's like there's the carriage, then the tower, then the firework.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's personally A tier. Like I have more positive vibes about it.
I do like the spikiness that you pointed out.
Yeah, so A tier?
Yeah, sure.
All right, then we have, I gotta look at this one. We never had this one. Sweet Stack.
Yeah, I could see that. I had to get really close to the laptop when I was doing this.
Ice cream cones, ice cream stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was quite funny and enjoyable. It was kind of fun looking.
It's fun, but I don't like it. I would call it a D right there next to the freaking flower petals I'm gonna whack someone with.
I would put it more in a C purely the fact that I don't hate it that much.
Okay, that's fine. Treasure Trove.
I would put it in a C.
I agree. I'd be okay with a B, but I was between a B and a C, I think, on this, so I'm cool leaning more towards a C. Like,
it's kind of cool, but there's something about it that just bugs me.
It's for me, it's more like it's just not like anything crazy. Then we have the Ultimate Keyblade, which is another one that looks like it's for Aqua again.
That's a really cool blade.
I quite
like that one.
I think this one might be my favorite looking Ultima weapon yet.
Yeah, definitely.
Would you say it's S tier?
Yeah.
I would agree. Then we have the Victory Line. Victory Line.
I don't like it. It looks
C
like
or
a
D?
child's toy. I'd probably put it in a D.
I'm cool with it. I might have even done that myself now that I think about it. I was definitely between those two. So we have Void Gear is the name of Vanitas's Keyblade.
See, I love Vanitas's Keyblade because it looks so cool with the eyes and the
chains.
Yeah.
Chains are really cool. So where'd you put it?
I'm always between like an S and an A on it for some reason. But I feel like you would be the more deciding factor on this. Like, where would you put it? Because I'm quite happy with either of those.
Alright, I'm gonna bring in the next Keyblade into it then. Do you think the next Keyblade, which I guess
cooler?
Yeah, do you think it's cooler or not?
Yeah, that's one of my arguments, like, in my head. I was thinking, that one's cooler, but I don't know if it's really, like, an upgrade to that one. Because I would definitely put that one S tier, and if I put that one S tier and it is an upgrade, it would be, the other one would be an A, you know?
Yeah, I did it where Void Gear, the Remnant one versus the not Remnant one was better, so I put that one in S tier, but the other one I put in A tier.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that.
Due to that, I don't know if that's the right answer though, because I do think the other one's really cool as well. I'd be cool putting in an S if you think it should be an S.
Yeah, you can put it in S. Like, I'm quite happy with that. I think they're both really cool. I just always lean more towards the black and white one.
Yeah, I agree. I think that one is the cool variant. What about Wayward Wind? That's just a Keyblade. And I just want to point out here, because I didn't necessarily realize it till going through, Ventus really got the short end of the stick on everything. He got the least amount of Keyblades.
He did, didn't he?
Terra and Aqua, I thought they had the same, but now that I'm looking at it, I mean, if we don't include the secret episode or the final episode, which is only Aqua, so the other ones didn't have a choice. And we got 1, 2, 3. I think she just had the 3 there. But otherwise, she had the most if you include the Bright Crest. Oh, I like calling it the Wayfinder Keyblade. And Ericus's Keyblade, which is called Master's Defender. I suppose I didn't say that before. It's Master's Defender. We saw it in the game, though.
Yeah, he kind of did, didn't he? I also don't, like, his Keyblade's okay. It's cool. I like the sort of angular sort of bit at the head.
Yeah.
Like, the top.
And it's like a wing.
Yeah, which is cool, but it's still not, like, overly my favorite. It's more of an A for me.
I agree. It just needed a little bit more to boost it up to S, but it's close for me. I just think it needs a little something more to put it over the top. Like, if he had an upgrade version of this, like Terra and Aqua both did, but apparently he doesn't matter. I mean, if you argue this is his upgraded one, and that Keyblade's awesome. I guess he had 3 here as well. He had these 3. These 3 were from Frolic Flame and the Keyblade, I suppose. Sort of. But anyways,
looks like a great sword.
Yeah, it does. And you wield it with one hand, which is just badass. So you have the wooden Keyblade, Terra's old Keyblade.
It's so sweet that was a part of the story and so important, and it makes it such an S for me because it's so adorable. Like, I know it's wood, but like, come on. I'm
cool with that. I was leaning a little bit more towards A, but I'm completely here for the story behind it. So S it is. I love it. And the Keyblade.
It's so cool.
Two of Sora's Keyblades with the big old crazy design coming off and a huge blade, actual sword blade coming off of it.
Actual blade for once. It's so cool. I understand why Xehanort was so obsessed with getting it.
Right? Xehanort, best character? All right, so there we go. We got our thing done here, so let's go to our individual ones. All right, everybody, here are our Keyblades. She goes, oh God. Why did you, oh God?
Sorry, you zoomed in really fast.
Oh. Oh God. Really?
I wasn't expecting it, I'm sorry.
Good. No. But I respect it. Yes. Well, I would move that down there, but yes, I agree with that one. Oh, no, you didn't put this one up there. Or this one. Or this one.
I would put some of them up there now.
I would put this one up here, but we agreed to put it there.
Oh god, I put the I put the Wayfinder one solo down.
Oh wait, oh god, you put it down in B. Oh, Raine!
it should be in A, not
That's
AS,
good.
sorry.
That's good. This one definitely up here.
Yeah, definitely.
We actually put this in the same spot originally, but we moved it up together, I guess. Ice cream one, I don't like that one, but I respect it.
Have a treat in battle.
That's respectable. I said that's respectable. Not too bad. Honestly, yours wasn't too bad.
Hey.
Just a couple here that we
I would
moved
move up.
all those up to here.
Yeah, I would move them up.
And then we got mine then. Here's mine.
Yeah. This one looks cool.
These ones were good.
I can respect everything but the wooden one.
This one we moved down. Yeah, I mean, this one we moved up. This one we moved up.
Yeah.
Aqua's Keyblade. I'm glad I didn't. See, look at me. I'm not a simp for Aqua, even though it's her Keyblade. I still didn't put it at the top. See, everybody.
Why do you have to defend yourself?
I don't know. I just feel like attacked.
Well, no
Whenever I like a
anything.
character like that, it's like, is he simping? So I just wanted to establish it.
I get the same reaction from people when I'm like, oh, this male character's cool, and they're like, are you sure?
You want to marry him? Yeah. But anyways, yeah, that goes up there. I think we agreed there. That's fine. That one we moved up. That one's fine. We moved that one up. That one moved up. That one moved up. That one moved up. That one, I think, was here.
Yeah, it was. I can respect all your choices.
Yeah, it's not too crazy on this one. I think Worlds was the biggest upset. But anyways, guys, that is gonna do it for this series here. Completely wrapping it up now with this tier list being over. I hope you guys have enjoyed hearing our thoughts on this for over an hour and a half. And well, not for you guys, some bits will get cut, but anyways, guys, thank you again so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.